Welcome back to another video. We're going to do a little reaction to Mr Mack and his event that he went to or organized, and we're going to watch and just compare. The reason I am sure most of you have seen this already, but if you haven't, well, this might be new for you. But it's going to be interesting because we're going to watch this and we're going to sort of compare a contrast of what he said then to the current affairs and state of ITP today. Makes sense, right? So, without further ado, let's listen to our hero, Mr Mack, talking smack.
Thank you very much for that, guys. Welcome, Derby!
Hey!
How are you all tonight? All good?
Yep.
Not drunk yet, I hope. Right, well, my name's Mr Mack, that's what you'll hear me referred to as. I'm head of ITP UK, and I have been part of this platform now for, well, just over 10 months, okay? And I was introduced by my elder brother, actually, who introduced me to the app about just over a year and a half ago. And to this day, I'm kicking myself for not taking him up on the offer. He said to me, Matt, you need to be a part of this, and I was just super busy at the time. So I literally said to him, yeah, I'll have a look at it. You know, like a lot of people, you know, they do. I had no intention of actually looking at it back then, because I was that busy. I run about 5 businesses of my.
But just to pause there, you know, if you're earning so much like he was, why would you need to do an event like this? Why would you need to? You wouldn't need to do it. Because you're already earning, you can sit back, relax. Because it's not a Ponzi, is it? You can just sit back and relax, right? Surely.
So I'm quite a busy person, and I said to myself, yeah, it's going to be one of those schemes. Don't worry about it. Send me the link. That's what I said to him. That was my fob off. About, like I said, a year and a half ago. Cut a long story short, about just over 10 months ago, we were all sat at my mum and dad's having dinner, and he says to me, he goes, Mac, you do realise you're the only person sat on this table that's not on ITP. I said, what? He goes, yeah, mum's on it, dad's on it, your sister's on it, your brother's on it, your niece is on it. I'm like, wow, okay. So I looked at my missus and I think, right, okay, we're clearly missing out on something here. By that time, which was about 8 months in for him, he'd already earned just over 70 grand, okay? So he goes, you need to be a part of this because otherwise you're going to miss out. And he goes, I know you're going to be really good at this. I said, okay, you know what? Just get me on board. And at that time, the maximum you could actually put into this app was only $500. So it was just over £400 at the time, which pretty much still is now. And I put in the $500. I was, as a lot of you here probably, quite skeptical. Is it going to work? How long is it going to last? Is it even real? Are they even trading? All these questions, and I get them every single day. And just to give myself that assurance, I actually didn't add anybody onto the platform for about just over 3 months. So I set myself up on the app. I put in $500. In 40 days, the $500 turned into $1,000. Okay. After which I withdrew my first initial $500. So now I'm totally risk-free, right? Then I waited for it to double again. I took that out, and then I waited for it to double again. And the day I made my 3rd withdrawal, that's when I started team building, okay? And my team now, I mean, I'm head of ITP UK, but I'm of that position because I've got the largest and the fastest growing team in the country, all right? And I'm so happy that a lot of you in this room are actually part of my team. So welcome to the Dream Team! I don't know if Scott has shared with you last week the posts of what we've achieved, but we're on 6,078 members, guys. So give yourselves a round of applause, of which there's about 60 of you in here. All right? 6,078 members, guys.
6,078 people that he's brought on. Members. No wonder he was the biggest member in the UK. Oh God, 6,000 people? Man, he would never need to work another day in his life because of that. 6,000? And God knows how much money people are putting in underneath him. And he is saying it's not an MLM or a Ponzi? Are you joking? This guy, and I go back to my original point, if this was legit, and if this was real, and it wasn't a Ponzi, and it wasn't an MLM, why would you need to stand up with a microphone in what looks like a really poxy nightclub venue hall to talk to potential investors and to try and pitch? This is what this essentially is. This is a pitch. He's telling you how much he's made, how many people are in it, how long it's been going on, and that he's ROI'd. But it's not a Ponzi.
Give yourselves a round of applause, of which there's about 60 of you in here. All right? Is this a Ponzi? Is this a pyramid? I get this all the time. I'm bored now of these questions, okay?
So, like I said at the beginning, the comparison of this video, I don't know when this was, I think it was a couple of weeks before it shut down, to say, I get this all the time, is it a Ponzi, I'm bored of it, to now, knowing full well that it is a Ponzi and it is a scam, ultimately, that's the biggest takeaway from this. It was a scam the entire time because they've stolen your money. It's not like a Ponzi that's run dry out of money and then it just shuts down. No, they've ran away with your money. Ponzi's are terrible, but this is the worst kind of Ponzi, when it's a full-blown scam. Judging on this, I'm sure that he knows that 6,000 members are in this underneath him. To do an event, he knows that the money is running thin, because the bigger the Ponzi gets at the bottom of it, the more people you will need to pay out the masses that are coming in. That's how it works. And this right here is him attempting to pitch it to an audience, to invest, so he can continue his scheme.
And literally, the answer is no, it's not, okay? Now, my team, as in you're all inclusive within that, okay, have invested in the last just over 6 months $2,921,365. All right, so $2.9 million is what we have invested. Okay, that's not including me. That's just my team. However, the bit that's really, really impressive is obviously what you have withdrawn into your bank.
That's a lot of money. And now he's going to tell us how much people have withdrawn.
Accounts. You have withdrawn
right.
$6,779,841, guys. Okay, is this a Ponzi scheme? I think you've just answered the question. Is this a pyramid scheme? Guess what? I earn more money than.
So those questions, is it a pyramid scheme, is it a Ponzi? 6 million? I think now's the time for them to go. If your team's only invested 2.9 or whatever it was, you've taken out 6 million, I think it would be the time for them to rug pull you. That's what it is. And obviously he knows this. Obviously he's thought about this far more than the investors that are going in underneath him, say for example at this event, because that's why he's here. That is the sole purpose why he is here, standing up with a microphone and pitching this project to you. If it wasn't a Ponzi, he would be sitting at home, having a cup of tea with his family, having dinner. But as sad as this is, it's clearly a Ponzi. If for example, I was him, I had 6,000 people underneath me, 6,000, why would I waste my time going to an event and pitching it? Am I some really nice person that I want to just share it with people? Maybe. But I wouldn't need to do that. So I've already got 6,000 other people that can do it for me, right? Or even saying that, even sharing it, because it is a Ponzi, it just shows what it is. The fact that you're sharing it, it's so obvious. And I can't believe he had the nerve to stand up here and say it's not a Ponzi, and to say how much money he's earned, meaning how many people are underneath him. Shocking.
My brother, which basically means it's not a pyramid scheme. Because if this was a pyramid scheme, the person above you will always earn more money than you, correct? Is that a definition of a pyramid scheme, or have I got it wrong?
Yeah.
It's correct, right? Thank you.
That's wrong, because he just said his brother has earned less than him and his brother's above him. Wrong. Because you can invest yourself more and he gets a commission, yet you are taking still the majority. That's just how it works. If you were to keep reinvesting and he was not reinvesting and he was just withdrawing, he would still be on what he was earning, plus the commissions on his downlines, yes. But because you are reinvesting it and he is only withdrawing it, because you are compounding, you are ultimately going to be earning more because of how long this actually lasted. So that's the end of it, I think.
Basically, if you build your...
So yeah, it ends there. And it ended with him just saying to the audience, if you team build, if you do this, you do that. I don't know what it was going to go on to say because the video cuts off, but I'm sure it would be, you can earn as much money as me. Alright, that was a reaction to Mr Mack, talking smack, absolute whack. So, yeah, I'm sure, like I said at the beginning, most of you have probably already seen this, but I thought it'd be good to compare the words of the man himself to the current situation. Alright, please like, comment and subscribe.